Konnichiwa, ninjas. It's your main man, Ninja Lens, and I know I don't like doing phone videos, but you know what? This needed to be said. See, for real to real, I paid that $10 to go see Pete's Dragon, to do a review of Pete's Dragon, and you know what? I'm mad, and the guy who chose the movie this week, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Oh, you're right. I'm gonna get him. So, no, I had to do this immediately. Couldn't even wait till I got into the car. This needed to be done frickin'. Oh, where do I start? Maybe I'd say the movie started out alright if it wasn't for the fact that they decided to use like a really bad CG deer. Oh, by the way, the reason that they crashed the car. Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying I've never seen the original animated short, so I'm not like, this one was so better. This is a bad movie. Okay? They used bad CGI on a deer to have them crash and die. I'm supposed to have sympathy for them. They swerved their car off the fucking road to avoid a deer, and they all died, and somehow the little boy survived. You see, you put him in the back seat of the car to keep them safe from head-on collision. Inertia, to keep them from dying from inertia. It's the car. Well, you see, the car rolls over and everybody dies. If the car rolls over and everybody dies, well, why would the little kid survive? They got weak bones. It's just the start of my gripes with this god-awful film. What's next? Well, what else do we have? I mean, Pete's Dragon, I mean, it's technically, and I don't mean like technically, I mean like by technical definitions and like specifications, it's good CGI. In theory, it's good CGI. It's got a lot of graphics, it's got a lot of pixels, it's got a lot of resolution, it's got a lot of details that they rendered out on a nice computer. They rendered out a lot of like fur movements, detailed fur. It's got tongue, it's detailed model, it's designed atrociously. It looks so bad. I never saw the movie, but I mean, the dragon looked all right. He stood out for... Oh, by the way, this movie shot well. Good depth of field. But then they decided, you know what we should do? Let's make the color palette all one color. Let's make it essentially like looking at a black screen. You can barely see the stuff. I can make a movie better than this. I swear to God. And the worst part is like, in the end game, I could make a movie better than this. But they had like a fancy camera. They used great depth of field. They used great shots. There's good framing. Why did some guy in color correction decided, you know what we should do? Let's make everything blend into the same spot. So it looks bad. You can barely tell if you're looking who's talking. You barely tell what's going on the dang screen. That's throughout the entire movie. Oh, let's talk about the characters. What characters? Does anybody have any character? Oh, we got Pete. He's just a kid. And okay, the acting's bad too, but I never want to blame child actors because it's not their fault. It's the casting directors for casting an actor that can't act. They did that for all the actors. Or it's the directors fault for being a bad director. You can have an amazing actor who does a terrible job because the director says, if you could have more dead-eyed, soulless, motionless delivery of that'd be great. Or I like to blame the parents. What the heck? If your child can't act, don't force them into acting. Children don't choose to act. That's just the case. Next. So, all the performances were so ridiculous. And it's not like they were over the top, like, there was a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that, and I hate it. There's a little bit of that. But it's just like people don't act, and I blame the writing. I blame the writing and I blame the directing. I don't want to blame actors. Sometimes I like to blame the main lady, the forest ranger, for being a bad actress. I mean, because she's an adult and she gives no. Yeah, she gives. I don't know. I don't want to blame any of the actors. I don't like blaming actors. It could be the director's fault. It could be anybody's fault. Oh, the little girl actress did a bad job, but I don't want to blame her. It's probably the director's fault or her parents' fault. It's like, if she can't act, she shouldn't be an act. If your kid can't act, don't send them to be an actor. They should be playing with building blocks. They should be playing with the Tonka trucks. They should be playing with dolls or whatever. Just let them enjoy their gosh dang childhood. Don't make them be an actor so you can get paid. You know you're not making them an actor because that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. But you know you're making them an actor because you want to get paid. You want to get paid to do your adult stuff. Why don't you be an actor? Why don't you take that criticism, huh? I want to be like, oh, everybody's so mean to my kid. Why don't you be an actor? Then maybe I'd care. I'm just moving back a little bit because there's people looking at me funny. They decided to park and just sit there all day. So, so it's not that they're over the top acting, it's that I'm pretty sure it's writing and it's a combination of writing and directing. People just aren't acting like human beings. Like there's one point when there's the kid runs past a diner and a waitress, she just continues pouring water and dumps it on the lady. And I'm just like, you are a grown woman. You look like you've been waitressing in that small town for a while. And you cannot stay focused on your dang job long enough to not because some kid ran past. It's a small. I see there's little kids in that town too. At the beginning of the movie, the guy's talking to the kid, and he says, "Oh, you're talking to a bunch of kids. You tell me not one of those little boys runs past your diner every day after school?" The characters are written terribly. The villain has no motivation. He has motive. Oh, okay. The villain is cookie cutter as it gets, but he is the most developed character in this movie. He's as cookie cutter as it gets. Every single character is a not even a gingerbread man. A gingerbread is the Mona Lisa compared to these characters. It's like if you were to buy a cookie cutter cutout for just those circle cookies. You don't need a template for that. Another thing bugged me. So everybody is no motivation, or either that or it makes no sense. One character has one motivation that makes sense, and that's the villain. Or the villain, he has he doesn't even have a really change of heart. He just starts smiling at the end of the movie. Whatever. Can't have him have a change of heart because he wants to cut down the forest. And it's like, okay, he's the villain because he wants to cut down the forest. That's the villain. I mean, he's just kind of a snarky jerk. And I like him because he's the only one in this movie who actually shows emotion. He's angry. He's snarky. Everybody else is just like, I'm in Pitch Dragon. I'm in Pitch Dragon. So, I found myself rooting for the villain a lot because he's the only one who ever like actually shows emotion or like has any kind of drive. Because at the beginning of the movie, there's one part where he has actual motivation. He's like, "Oh, why are you cutting down so many trees?" And he's just like, "Well, why are you cutting down so many trees?" He's like, "Well, we need to make money because we're a logging company." And I'm just like, I understand this. That's how business works. If you don't want people to cut down too many dang trees, maybe you should stop using all that paper to write your stupid poems or whatever it is you do, or draw your stupid pictures, or print off your dang flyers to put on my car. That was unrelated. I'm not even mad about that. But and the forest ranger lady. Oh God, am I supposed to like her? Because the big moment where the only time where she does anything that isn't just to push the plot forward, she has some character development is when she sees a tree that has the red mark. It's like, oh, it's gonna get cut down, and she sees an owl and she's like, oh no, and she pulls out some spray paint and she's like, nah, she don't cut this tree down. And I'm just like, seriously? You're supposed to be like this? I'm supposed to believe you're such a nice lady? You're screwing with this man's job, these people's living. Working, blue-collar working Americans. Oh boy, screw those guys. And the archetypal villain, the ultimate bad guy, the blue-collar Americans who like their job. Oh God, screw those guys. Everybody needs to be a park ranger. Whatever, that bugs me. I'm guessing other people will be like, oh yeah, that's a little bit, it's the only time. I thought it was stupid because owls don't, like owls, you can build a new nest, owl. It's a little difficult, but you know what? It's fine. So, and there's just so much wrong with this movie, but ultimately it can be boiled down to everything is just like, hey kids, it's a kids movie. Hillary Clinton. Oh. Things like that. It bugs me so much. No one acted like a human being. And I'm not good at, I'm not like your archetypal human being. I'm a bit of a goob. I'm a bit of a doofus. And these people seemed like aliens to me. I hate this movie. I hate everything it stands for. You take a talented CG artist, a lot of really good equipment, like fancy cameras, talented cinematographers, and you just say, here's this thing I wrote. I had about a 6-year-old write. I think a 6-year-old could write a better story than this. Honest to God. And I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna see if I can't get like okay, maybe not a 6-year-old, because I don't think 6-year-olds can write. But I bet I could get like a 12-year-old to write a better story than this, that has actual interesting things going on. Bad movie, and maybe I shouldn't get so mad about it, but I'm just upset. There are so many great things out there that don't get funded and made, like Young Justice Season 3. Oh, but they spent like, this looks like 150, it does look like $150, $200 million movie. It just looks like $250 movie that they had an idiot write. There's more, I think. There's one more thing I'd really like to just... Oh yeah, and the lady's husband, he literally has no character. Literally no character. He's just the husband. No character. He's not a person. And I'm supposed to be... They're about to fall off. They're about to die at the end of the movie. Spoilers! Don't go see this movie. Listen to my spoiler alert. Oh, the guy tries... The big bad guy tries to capture the dragon and do science experiments on him. Guess what? He fails to do that. The kids get him away. Oh no, who'da thunk? And the guys are about to die, and the dragon saves him. Oh no. And the guy starts smiling. They didn't even... I was expecting, yeah, he's supposed to be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I finally saw the value of just letting the dragon be free and dangerous. It's a dangerous fire-breathing monster. And he's like, oh, he's a dangerous monster. Oh, don't kill him, though. Don't trap him. Oh, that's not what you said about Harambe. How? He's a dangerous monster. He needs to be put down. Why is that the bad guy? Oh, didn't say that about Harambe. All right. This video's gone on for way too long. Bad movie. Don't go see it. I'm mad that I saw it. I did it for you, Zach. Screw you, Zach. Next movie I'm seeing is Storks. That looks like good. This movie should have been if the dragon had goofy CG, like, look at this real life thing stuff going on. So it's just like, you know, if this would have been like a bright, colorful CG movie, I would have been okay with it. Because at least don't go see this movie. Even then, it's got a stupid message. There's no message. All right. This has been a rant. Impromptu. I'll see you guys next week. Next week. All right. See ya. I must return to the shadows of the internet. See you on the flash of the camera. I'm tired and angry. I'm gonna see good movies from now on. Ninja out.